All right, hey guys, hole, where are we on? See if I can figure this out. So here I have, let me go with the USA ball. Use the USA ball here. We're going to try to get a little bit more aggressive here since we have the wind. I do believe that probably with a tailwind scenario like this, if we go full towards that and try to go for a hop shot here, especially with some right spin, I do believe even with a rock, we should be able to get this. Looks like it makes it. Let's see if it, yep. So we got it to this other fairway. So this is just kind of another approach for you guys to be able to follow. Keep in mind, you probably need a rock 8, or you would have needed to go to a berserker ball. Had I even think Thor 3 will be okay here. The only thing my opponent probably has to do is probably model my ball. This is going to be tight. This is going to be tight. So his distance number is very similar to mine. Maybe 221. 222. I think it's 222. Mine was 225, and I had a little bit extra tailwind. His is going to be a little bit closer. You can see there it comes up just a tiny bit short, but you can see worst case scenario, it comes into this fairway. The hardest thing from laying up in this fairway, as I was saying, is there's really no need to be there because of the fact that you really limit your angle a bit from that fairway. You might be able to do a rough bump shot, similarly to how I'm going to do here with a sniper, but that's going to be your only real out. So just something to keep in mind. Here you can see where you're going to go for a B52 bump shot, and we are very close to max, so I would usually play max probably 10 rings here. I'm going to go 9 since I'm not quite max. 9 rings here. Looks like it's not quite enough. So I needed to go at least 9.5 rings there. So just something to keep in mind for you guys as an alternate solution, especially for that massive drive. Let's see what my opponent's faced with here. So it looks like he can technically just get it up there if he laid it up to the other fairway a little bit. He's going to have to do this with a little bit of power if he's going to try to copy my shot here. So it is going to be doable. It just, you can't do it with precision. So that's the only real problem. So you can see that my opponent's just kind of winging it a little bit. And you can see that if you get it up that hill a little bit more, then you will still be able to get away with it. So here we are going to get to a shootout, and hopefully we can get one of the new holes again, but at the very least, I wanted to provide you guys with yet another alternative way to play this hole. So glad to see that we got this method out here just for guys who might want to try something a little bit different. As you can see, there's very many different ways to play a lot of these holes, and none are technically right or wrong. I mean, you're not seeing me, I don't think you have, I think you have yet to see me even one time not be able to make it to the shootout. So with that being said, there's some good strategy into these holes, but especially in the early stages, it's going to take some. And you can see, I'm only using a rock. We're talking 226 off the tee. I'm not doing this with, a deal of power or effort. This was the one time that I've really tried to force the issue a little bit and get it to that last fairway. That's the first time I've been able to do that. Keep in mind that how easy that would have been able to be done with an Apocalypse, for instance. So just something to keep in mind. And here you can see my opponent play it off that fairway. I do not recommend really ever doing that shot. I think it's very hard to get it up through that hourglass shape when you do that. So I really do highly recommend this bump shot here for you guys. And the way that I'm going to do it here today is going to have maybe just a little bit of right spin, kind of like this. Top spin, we're going to go, there's no reason for me not to be somewhat aggressive, so I'm going to get a little aggressive here. In terms of my ring play, I'll probably go 11 rings. It's just a little bit more of an overplay. I usually go about 10% extra here. So 11 rings, and hopefully that side spin, kind of helps it stay on line. And here you can see I just got it to roll into the cup. So, good luck with this hole. This 9th hole, it can be a little bit of a challenge. As you can see, it's got quite a few different ways to go about doing it. And catch you guys for a couple more videos, hopefully, if I can get a little bit more perspectives for you guys.